Hello, everybody. I hope y'all are having a good day. Today we are just playing the plane game. I am in my trusty bomber once again, as you all can see. I'm trying to buy the other new plane that I have researched, but I don't have enough lions to purchase it yet. I need to get to 150,000. And I'm not there yet, which is all right, but I'll get there. I'll get there. But today I wanted to talk about something a little crazy. So let me get a drink first. When I was a child, I, you know, I used to think that it was kind of odd that someone like Hitler could get into power, right? Because I would look at it and I was like, wow, this guy is like really evil because he killed all these people. Um, just because, they were a certain religious belief and a certain type of people. And, that seems that's really bad. And, the people of Germany must have been very bad as well to um, let someone like this get into power. I only did half of the base's damage with those bombs, brother. That's ass. I got 800 lions for it though, so that's cool. Is anyone following me? Doesn't seem like it. This guy up here though, he's probably gonna try to run my shit, I'd presume. Where's he at? Where's he at? Okay, he's not following me, so that's good. Um, but all this stuff is happening with Israel right now, and like people saying it's always the Jews, and the Jews are like super evil and everything. Um, and now I'm starting to see how something like that could occur, right? Because in Germany, right there, finances were extremely poor because they lost World War One, and then they had to pay reparations to the countries that um, they attacked and invaded and such in World War One. And then the financial crisis happened in 1928, like the Great Depression. Um, and oh boy, is there a plane behind me? There is, right? There is. Never mind. Oh, that was just my boy. Okay, the PBJ one. Is that what that is? Just a PBJ. Okay. Um, and then the 1928 thing happened, and that severely hurt their economy as well. And to try to pay for the reparations, they decided to try to just print more money. They were like, okay, if we print more money, then we will be able to pay back our reparations quicker, right? But all that did was inflate the value of the dollar, kind of like what's happening in America today. Wow, wow, wow! Isn't that crazy? How trends happen? That's crazy. People are just retarded. I also lost part of my tail here, but we're still gaming, so I think we'll be all right. Should be able to bomb this last base before someone takes us out, I presume. Oh boy, where's this base? It's over this mountain somewhere. Um, but yeah, and then you had this guy. Oh, he got the base. Oh boy, oh boy, this guy might run our shit here. Yeah, this guy's about to run our shit. Damn it. Well, I dropped almost 2 tons of TNT, so I'd say that was a job well done. Let's see. Let's fucking do it. How do I activate my bombs? Um, no, I really want to, but I don't think it's a good idea. We'll just go with the P63. Anyways, and then you got this guy that's like really articulately spoken, um, really articulate. My bad. and he's very emotional. You can tell that he cares. He gives a fuck. He's a war hero. You know, he came from a middle class family and then lived in poverty for his younger adult life to see what that was like, to see what the lower class was like. So, he's a bit of a commendable guy. A bunch of his friends died in the war, all that shit. The list just keeps fucking going. They tried to stage a coup, and he got thrown in jail, which arguably gave him more power because then he wrote Mein Kampf, um, and that was like a certified hood classic for the people of Germany at the time, right? Oh damn. Oh, I should not have done that. That's okay. Oh well, who gives a fuck? And then he gets out of prison and he's liked by, I think it's the Chancellor of Germany at the time. He takes a liking to Adolf because of the attention that he's garnering himself. And he starts talking, he starts going to rallies, he starts going to, like, protests and stuff. He's getting on the stage, and he's not you know inciting violence at first. He just really cares about the German people, and he's sad to see his great country falling apart. He's very patriotic, which is another good thing that he had going for him. And the people see this, they notice this, and they're like, hell yeah, this guy, we can get behind this guy. He seems really good. He really cares about the German people, and he cares about what's best for them. And then he gets all these awards, and then the chancellor appoints him some position, I believe, or gives him chancellor or something like that. And then he just keeps getting power over time. And he's got shell shock to begin with, or that's what it was called back then, PTSD. And he's got all these other things, like his view on Jewish people begins to just get worse and worse and worse, and more evil, you could say. Oh wow, I'm fucking getting these guys for sure. That dude got absolutely whacked. All right, I'm doing really well this match, so I'm pretty happy. I destroyed a base, and then I got 3 kills there, I think. Wow. That guy just absolutely ran my shit in like 2 seconds. Should have been paying attention to my rear, but I was not. That's okay. Let's pull out the Firefly. And then he becomes more crazy. He gets more power. He's able to do more things, put more restrictions on the Jewish people. And then very slowly they start pushing towards this idea of, I guess not very slowly, because he was talking about that at first, I believe, about the Jewish people and how they were causing all these problems. But then his views on Jewish people get more severe, and he starts saying more harsh things about the Jews, and then they just start up fucking killing Jews, and straight up start killing Jews, and that's not good. You can't be just killing a group of people, right? And you know with America going the way it is, I can totally see now how someone like Hitler can get into power, because the value of the dollar is decreasing. There's an even greater class disparity than what was back in the Great Depression. The power of the dollar is going. There's less family values now. It's all there's like this great shift towards individualism in America, which is just making things so much worse, in my opinion. Okay, let me destroy some of these AA turrets. I like destroying the ground units. I think that's fun. If there was a mode like that in this game, I would play it all day long, literally all day long. Woo wee! Yes, sir. We're fucking smoking them. we go. Yeah, what happened? Oh man. Damn, it got me good. But yeah, the same kind of thing is happening in America. People can't agree on anything. I mean, when's the last time that you actually saw like a Republican and a Democrat or like people in general just agreeing on anything, you know? Even with fucking sports, you know, people can't just enjoy it for the love of the game, you know? It's always like the other side is bad. We have to beat them. And, you know, back in like the 80s, I would say, maybe, you know, when you see people talking on the television in the early 2000s, like people were very cordial with each other. You know, they agreed a lot, you know, even though they were running for office and they were like, you know, they were opposition to each other, um, the opposition of each other, right? They still could agree on certain things like immigration, um, you know, and trying to get people, you know, more money, you know, social systems. And now people can't agree on anything. They can't agree on even like the basic rights of a person, like what even, you know, a person should have, a person of America, you know, that was born in America. We can't even. And there's just this like whole thing about freedom of speech as well, and it's just a fucking mess, right? And you know, people are consolidating more power. Um, how do I how do I kill the tank? I can't kill the tank with this thing. I don't think. That's all right. How is that thing still up? Oh, let's go destroy some other things over here. There's some people way up in the sky, but I don't really feel like dealing with them. So, but yeah, now you know everyone's blaming the Jews on everything, right? It's always the Jews. Fucking, it's just so fucked up. I don't even know what we're gonna do as a country about it. It's sad. It really is sad. You know. Um, hold on. Focusing on this AA pretty hard right now. There we go. We got 19 ground units destroyed. Drake's in the chat for that one. Okay. I got 17,000 silver. Holy. What is my silver now? 100. Okay, 144,000. So next after next game, I'm going to be able to finally buy my Seafair. I'm excited. I haven't had a new plane in a while. Then I'll get the F6F Hellcat. We got that motherfucking Hellcat. But I think you know it's always extreme. It's like all or nothing. There's no like middle ground. So for instance, when people say it's always the Jews, right? Like the Jews are bad people. Jews. You know, like you can't hate on like all of a certain group of people because there's good people in there, right? That's like it's like let's take black people for instance, right? So black people in America, despite you know what's the let me look up the statistics right now while we're waiting on playing game. Um, how much crime is done by black people? Let's see. Crime statistics by race in the U.S. Can we get like a chart, like a percentage? Hmm. What is victimization share? Okay, so apparently violent crime statistics. I'm not talking about violent crime. I just want crime statistics. Crime statistics and facts by total arrests, violent crimes. Okay, I just want, I just, okay, so 32% of incarcerations are black people, despite them being 13.6% of the population. 31% is white, and then 26 is other races. Okay, 32%. Prison is different than jail, though. Is my plane even still up? My plane is still up. Holy fucking shit. Okay. So we'll go off of that. So 13% of, the population is black people, but they commit 32% of the crimes, right? Well, that doesn't mean that, all black people are evil and all black people are bad, right? Now, like, as you could see by that, there is a decent majority of them that commit crimes. But that doesn't necessarily mean those people are bad either. Maybe they, stole some food, even though there are a lot of videos of them stealing things that are definitely not food and do not categorize as such. So, those people are kind of dog shit, but maybe it was like tax evasion, you know. I, what else? What else are some crimes that people could get arrested for that are kind of stupid in my opinion? Oh, we're gonna get some. Oh my god, we got 11 targets there. Holy. All right, that was good. That was good. I love this map. This map is awesome. But yeah, like, it doesn't mean all black people are bad, right? Now, I definitely have had some black friends, and they were not the best people in the world. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but I've had some black people that were good friends as well, right? That's just life. Some people are good, some people are not good. That's just how it is. And um, it's the same thing with Jewish people. Are there bad Jewish people? Are there, financial advisors or investment bankers that are Jewish people that are just, trying to get profits and not like, helping people out, you know? Yeah, that definitely exists. Are there, bad Jewish people in the government and, other, sectors of, the public that are in charge of a lot of things? Yes, there absolutely are. But that doesn't mean all Jewish people are bad, right? I've known great Jewish people. I've known bad Jewish people. It's how it is, right? Not everyone, not like a single race is good or bad. There's mixed reviews, right? It's like a video game. Some people are gonna like it, some people are not gonna like it. Maybe the game is dog shit, maybe the game isn't dog shit, It's on perspective and a lot of different factors that go into it. Now there are some games like fucking let's think of a real dog shit game. Lords of the Fallen, when that came out, that was a dog shit game. The day after, that game got shut down within like what, a week, a day of it coming online because it was a fucking horrible game. Mind's Eye, dog shit game. But there's also some great games. Counter Strike, even though I debate that heavily. League of Legends, even though I debate that heavily. Fallout, like the early COD games. This game right here, in my opinion, is a bit of a heater, right? Even though, that's debated heavily, right? Because of the premium planes. And, thankfully I'm not at the level where, I'm seeing premium planes, thankfully. So I don't have to deal with that bullshit yet. Okay. we go. Kill assist, yes, sir. Damn, that guy blew me up. But, you know, it's not always the Jews, right? There's other bad people. You know, there is the whole thing with the Mossad and AIPAC, right? AIPAC's not good. I don't think, you know, Israel should be able to lobby politicians in America. I don't think you should be able to lobby, period, to begin with. That shit is not good for the average day person. Now, you know, I'm sure some lawyers would contest that, you know, and be like, "Oh, this is good because blah 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 blah." No, it's not fucking good. You dunce, you fucking lobotomite. It's not good. Maybe for you because you get an easy payday, you know, because you represent these companies. But you know, no, the average person would not, you know, does not benefit from lobbying because it is not for them. It's obviously for these companies. God, bro, my plane just eats people up. Holy. Sorry, buddy, had to spin the block on you, as they say. Oh boy, this guy's gonna fuck me up. I should have just kept going the way I was. That's okay. That was a bomber that killed me? Bro, you gotta be out of your fucking gourd. That thing looks cool as hell. I like that plane. But you know that's basically what I'm getting at. You know, not all people are good or evil. You know, there are some people like, you know, religious groups where a large majority of them is, you know, bad people because they're trying to kill others because God, you know, God forbid you have a different, you know, religious belief. Oh my goodness, the world's going to explode because someone thinks differently than you. Holy, right? It's just that's moronic to believe, right? Like, you know, my grandmother, she was a Jehovah Witness. She's a bit crazy. She's a bit crazy. She'd always go on about Jehovah and the Brotherhood. And, you know, it's just, some people are wild, you know, because they believe that, you know, at 500,000 people were like destined since the beginning of time to be saved by Jehovah. And when the rapture comes, everyone else is going to go to hell. Like, that makes no fucking sense, right? That's just, that's wild. But, you know, that's religion. Some people believe that kind of shit. It's kind of wild. Kind of wild. People believe that kind of shit. Thank God I can finally get my plane. We're so back. Let's go. Finally able to purchase the Seafair. I can't even choose a crew. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Oh, anyways, guys, that was Plane Game. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch. Hello, everyone. Please follow if you would. I'm at 95 subscribers right now, so we're on the way to 100. Good job, everyone. I think Gart1234 was my last follower, so shout out to you, my friend. I appreciate it. And as always, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful night.